Okay, so this week, I decided that Liam is going to be Catholic, because he is from Ireland. Makes the most sense. He's Irish Catholic. So I watched a video by Soul Pancake, interviewing a woman who, um, is Catholic. She has 5 children. Her and her husband, have converted to Catholicism after being Protestant, and they just converted very recently. Um, well, no, I guess 8 years. She claims it was recent. It doesn't seem very recent to me. But anyway, so some things I learned, differences between the Protestant religion and Catholicism, um, is that the Catholics believe that there are 3 different kind of doctrines to listen to, and that would be the Pope or the Magistrate, um, traditions, and the Bible. And Protestants believe that, the Bible is the only thing to follow. So that is different, and I kind of agreed with that. I am Protestant, raised, but I like that it's evolving, and it can continue to evolve, and that what was written billions of years ago is not going to be is not what you have to follow. Like, there is more depth to it. And the she converted because there are so many different denominations of Protestant, and there's only one of Catholicism. Well, they all believe the same kind of thing. So, I really enjoyed that. They talked about contraceptives, which is something that I think most people know about Catholicism, is that they don't believe in contraceptives, and that they believe that God, um, has a plan, and that God would never give you more than you can handle. And I think she also talked about being smart about it. Like, you obviously know when, there are ways to track when is a time for a woman to get pregnant, those kind of things. So you don't need contraceptives to, be able to kind of remain in that, I'm not trying to conceive at this time. So you abstain, during those points in, the month or whatever. Um, so that was really interesting. They do have 5 children, which she, alluded to the fact that that isn't they didn't really intend for that, but that God has provided for them for each of their children, and they have been able to be successful in that. Um, and I just thought overall the video was a very kind of laid back way to talk about Catholicism, and she actually is a minister's daughter of the Protestant church, and her dad converted because of a lot of the stuff that's going on within the Protestant church at this time, or I mean has over the last few years. I mean, I've had the same experience of it becoming so like it's just it's like a cult type thing, and it's not a religious situation anymore. So her dad converted first, and then she reviewed with her husband different options, um, and they decided that they would bring up their children Catholic. So they have also something that I didn't know, the confession, which Catholics are kind of known for having their confession with their person. Um, the it's like a conversation, like a council type thing. In the movies, they always bring it up as you're talking, and no one is someone's on the other side of the window, but no one is talking back to you. And the real confessional is that you're having a conversation, with the leader of the church, and they are giving you counsel, and you do confess your sins to the person, but they also are helping you to refine your habits to kind of be more in the Catholic, within the bounds of Catholicism. Um, so Liam is Catholic, which makes sense because he's from Ireland. So some other things, about Liam that I'm just gonna try and like bring together. He was originally born in Ireland, and he's going to move over, which I think we talked about in the last video. So he's moving to America, so he's a direct descendant of Ireland, moving to America, to Delaware more specifically. And he has a lot of like medical issues as a child. He goes through school, and he is going to go to Camp Victory. So that's kind of what we're going to go into in the next video to kind of keep them separated. But I think it's, we're really going to wrap up into where Liam is going to go and bring it back around to how he got to where he is today, because I think his backstory is most important, and I think that that's where a lot of his theory and development is going to come into play. He's going to have a lot of situations in his past, his religion, his ethnicity, and all of that stuff coming in to really play a part in how Liam got to be the 23-year-old that he is today. And I think that his story is going to be very powerful.